Hey, Keegan, how's this camp differing for you from ones in the past?
I would say, obviously with the COVID protocols and stuff, it's literally get in, get out. Really no sitting around. It's pretty tight on a time frame. So it's just a little unique. I'm used to being at the field for a few hours a day, but now it's like I said, get in, get out, and get your work done.
Dan Connolly, you're up.
Hey, Keegan, I know you say the COVID protocols, maybe it changes a little bit, but this time last year, John Means was saying that you and he had some conversations where you were kind of, asking him about the difference in minors and majors and preparation and things of that nature. Are you now having those conversations with guys like Bauman and Lowther and guys like that?
Yeah, yep. It's pretty cool because John, I got to talk to John like that. And I played with him since I was in AA. So for me to kind of mentor those guys, like Lowther and Ballman and even Wells when he was over here for a little bit, Alex Wells. But I've known those guys for a while, so it's just if they got questions, they kind of come to me. If I don't know, it kind of just goes up the totem pole up to John and go from there.
Rich Dubroff, you're up.
Hey, Keegan, how are you different as a pitcher this year as opposed to last spring training, considering that you had those big league starts at the end of the year?
I would say last year, I was just trying to be in my first big league camp. I was more so just trying to get my feet wet, get the feel for things. Now, after I had a few innings last year in the big leagues and a couple starts, you kind of get the idea of what you need to work on. And you take that into the off season, and then you just come into spring training and compete and hope at the end of the 6 weeks you got a job and you're heading north with the team.
John Mioli, you're up.
Keegan, as you unpacked last season, when you went home and at the end of September, what types of things did you feel like you needed to work on, and how were you able to address those?
I always say consistency. I had some really good outings where I got pretty far into the game last year, and then I had outings, I was knocked out pretty early. So consistency is kind of been the key word. And then you start looking at other things. What's going to help you be consistent? In my opinion, it's competing in the strike zone with all my pitches rather than just one or two, and just trying to get ahead of hitters. When you're ahead of hitters, it's a lot easier to pitch, in my opinion.
Rich with a follow-up.
Yeah, in your answer to Rock's question, you talked about how it's just getting in and getting out, and your time there is limited. Has that made it more difficult to get to know guys like Felix Hernandez and Matt Harvey?
Yeah, for sure. If I'm on a different schedule that day, say like today I got a bullpen, and they don't have bullpen, so I'll see them in the locker room, but when we go outside and do things, we're probably on different fields. I'm off doing my own thing. They're off doing their own thing. Where before, last year, in years past, everybody's kind of one big group. You're all going through things together. This year, it's just split up. It's a little different, even getting to know some of the new guys in camp is pretty tough. You got to, we're supposed to be the social distancing and stuff in the clubhouse. And so it's pretty hard to go sit around somebody's locker and get to know them or talk to them. It's just kind of keep your distance, get your work in and go from there.
Mark Viviano, you're up.
Hey, Keegan, you mentioned of the 8 appearances you had last year, you had some that were real good and some that weren't so good. I'm just wondering for you, do you learn more from success or are you motivated more by failure? Is there one that sticks out more to you in terms of those games?
I would say definitely motivated more by failure. I think everybody in the clubhouse could say you're obviously going to be the hardest on yourself. And hold yourself to a higher standard than most people. So it's tough when those outings happen, but you usually can learn a little bit more from those outings than you can from the ones that you go out there and mow them down.
John Mioli, you're up.
Keegan, given all this stuff about the schedule, who is in your throwing group and who's been impressive to you so far this spring?
From the guys, I actually Matt Harvey threw the other day on a backfield, just kind of like a 2-inning sim game, I think it was, and he looked really good. Felix has looked good in his bullpens. Obviously, it's good to see Wade LeBlanc back and healthy. I think we've all, I guess all the pitchers of so far that I've seen have had had pretty good outings or bullpens and stuff like that. So it should be interesting. You know, there's a lot of arms, a lot of good arms in camp. So a lot of competition going around.